Hello. I'm here for the serious advice because cutting off your own family is difficult, specifically when they are dependent on you. But I have done so much for them for so many years, while they have just used that nature of mine and exploited me. So tell me if I'm making the right decision or not. It all goes back to my dad being a drunkard who was heavily interested in gambling. Because of this, he took several loans over the years, and because of this, my life from the age of 19 has been all work and no play, only for me to not even spend a penny on myself. It would all go to my dad's debts and the family expenses because at that time, I was the only breadwinner. So imagine my frustration when, after so much, I get betrayed. I have always been interested in fashion design, but I never got the opportunity to work on that. I had to take care of my family and take responsibility. So I started working from a really young age. Life was not so good, but I kept on telling myself that it would all be over one day. Trying to earn money was my sole goal at that point. I still remember the days when I used to work two jobs while also trying to study. On top of this, there were household chores. To say that it was stressful would be an understatement. I would try to save as much money as possible. I wanted to get rid of the loans as fast as possible, and soon the day came. After so much hard work and patience at the age of 24, I helped my dad pay off all his debt. It was a dream come true moment because I was finally done. I could finally start thinking about my dreams and apply them to my dream company. My dream of becoming a fashion designer was so close, and I was very focused on making it come true. It took me some time, but I managed to secure an interview with my dream company. I was really excited and had so many plans. I knew that appearances mattered and I wanted to impress them as well. So instead of buying an outfit, I planned, designed, and stitched an outfit myself. It was difficult for me, but I somehow did it. I spent hours sacrificing my sleep to create different types of unique designs to present to them. After doing all of these things, I was excited to attend this interview. But one day before the date, I got an email from the company regarding the cancellation of the interview. I was shocked at that and horrified. I calmed myself down, thinking that it was some sort of misunderstanding. So I called them up to ask about it, and they said that someone from my family had canceled it. They also added that this person was really rude and they do not want to be associated with me anyway. I felt like crying. I didn't understand what was happening and why. I told them that it must be a misunderstanding, and they said that they only accept calls for cancellation if it's from the candidate's registered number. Additionally, they ask for an OTP, so someone from my family had to have called. I was so taken aback by this, but they were in a hurry and told me to check with my family. I rushed to my family, and what happened next blew my mind. I did not even have to confront anybody. My dad simply owned up to this. He was just as calm as I was angry. He behaved as if nothing had happened and looked at me as if I was overreacting. Not only did he have the audacity to call up to cancel my interview, but he was also sitting in front of me relaxed without an ounce of guilt. I was so angry and lashed out at him. To this, he calmly said that he had already arranged for my job, and that's why he canceled the interview. I was confused, but his next words made me feel like throwing up. Apparently, he had already promised his friend that I would work under him, and on that note, took a loan from his friend. I was supposed to work to pay that loan off. When I asked him why he did it, he refused to give me any reason and said that I should just work instead of complaining. I was so done. I had spent years fixing up my family's problems and paying off his debts. Just when I thought that my focus would be on me, my dad decided to ruin it. It felt like I was some money-making machine to him. He had no love for me. It was just a way to earn money or pass off debts, and this was not acceptable. For all of these years, I did everything because I love my family. But they showed me again and again that they have no love for me. So, with a heavy heart, I decided to bring my dad back to square one by refusing to work at his friend's or to help him pay off his new debt. He thought I was joking and didn't even take my words seriously. I continued and said that he must move out within a week because I didn't want to spend money on him anymore. Paying for my family has always cost me quite a lot, and I was done living with backstabbers. Update 1. It's been 3 days, and now that my dad has finally realized that I was serious about him moving out, he has changed his tune completely. He's pretending to be all nice and sweet. He even apologized to me regarding the canceled interview. I went to my dream company yesterday to talk to them and apologize for the cancellation. Initially, they were not accepting of the situation, but after I showed them my designs and kept on insisting on giving me one chance, they agreed to reschedule the interview. I am pleased about this, but I have not told my dad anything. I don't want my chance to get ruined because of him, not again. He is being so sweet, but as expected, he started requesting me to help him pay back the recent loan. One thing that I don't understand is how can a man be so broke after taking so many loans one after the other? But I told him clearly that I was not going to help him in any possible manner. I guess he believes that he can somehow still manipulate me. So he is continuing with his sweet behavior. But I know that this is not real. And to be very honest, I need some space. I have spent my entire life thinking and doing for others. I have been very strict about my decision to make my dad move out. I hope he doesn't create a mess. Do you guys think I'm being the a-hole by making him move out? Update 2. Hello, I'm back after my interview and I'm very happy to share this. I got hired. Right now, it's a small position, but I know that with hard work, I'll be able to become successful. Things have been going quite well from a career perspective. However, issues in my family are never ending. My dad did not take the whole idea of moving out seriously, and I had a huge argument with him the other day. It's so annoying and mentally draining. After I threatened to call the cops, he finally decided to move out. I felt terrible doing this to him, but I could not see any other option. Your comments are sweet and make me feel less bad about my decision, but my dad's continued comments about me being a horrible daughter eat up at me from inside. There is nothing that I have not done for my family. No one likes hearing such things over and over again like this. I don't know what to do. I just want to have some peace. Update 3. Hey Reddit, I've quite a lot to tell you guys. My dad was right to manipulate me in the worst possible manner. So 2 days after he moved out, he showed up at my door and started crying. I was confused, and trust me when I say this, I would have taken him back, but he had other plans. He kept on howling until all the neighbors were trying to see what had happened and made a huge scene. He even started lying about how I mistreated him and threw him out of the house after taking all his money. I was baffled at this because he had never even left any inheritance for me. I was so done with this, and I shouted at him in front of everyone and told him off. I genuinely hate what he did. I would really consider having him back, but this stunt proved that he would never change. And I am done trying to change him. Update 4. Thank you for all the kind words. You guys are so right. They do try to gaslight me all the time. I have cut off my dad completely. I recently transferred some money to his account to help him set himself up because I know for sure that he has nothing. But that's the maximum I'm willing to do for him. Not anymore. I'm doing better in life, mostly because my mental health is all right. From saving a lot of money to keeping myself calm and sorted, everything is falling into place like this. Consider this my last post. Thanks for your support. NTA. I understand your dilemma. Cutting off a parent is very much stressful, but I completely agree with you, and you should not rethink. This is better for you. NTA, don't let them gaslight you into thinking that they deserve another chance because they will never change, no matter how many chances you give. Very toxic people, and yes, they were exploiting you completely. NTA, disgusting. It makes me so angry when I see people like this. Parents are supposed to take care of us and not the other way around. You did so much for them. They should be grateful to you. Instead, this behavior is unacceptable. People stick to your decision, and no matter what they say or do, please do not change it. They will try to manipulate you. Next story. My wife, 41, and I, 43, male, have been married for 15 years and have 3 kids, 20, 18, and 16. We have some money saved up for all 3 of our kids to continue their educations. This money is not put in specific education accounts, but we have always told our kids that this money is for continuing their education in whatever form they want that to be. We are encouraging college since neither my wife or I have college degrees and wish we could have gone that route. But we have also told all our kids if they want to pursue a different educational option, we will help them with that too. Our oldest is currently finishing up a program at a community college and has an internship which will most likely turn into a job offer immediately after she graduates. She still lives at home and we do not ask for any financial contribution from her as she plans to move out when she gets a job. Our 18-year-old is in her senior year of high school, and although she has applied to and been accepted to 3 colleges, she recently told us that she doesn't want to go that route. She told us she wanted to start her own business doing photography. She asked if she could use the money we saved for her education as a jump start to get her business started. We explained to her that the money we saved has always been for education, not anything else. I told her that we would support her in whatever she wanted to do after high school, but that doesn't mean we're going to financially support her in that. I told her that starting a business is hard, and many people who know a lot more than she does about business fail. I suggested she go the route of her older sister and find a community college that offers both photography and business classes if she doesn't want to go to a 4-year school. She said she doesn't want to go that route because she would rather get her business started right away and that the money we saved for her would be a huge head start for her to use for marketing and equipment. I told her she's free to make any choices she wants, but if she goes that route, then we will not financially support her. And if she wants to continue living at home, then we might have to discuss her contributing financially to the household as an adult. I told her this would likely be a token amount to help with housing, food, and utilities. She now thinks that I am being a huge a-hole and that I am playing favorites with her older sibling because she's pursuing a path that I approve of. She said I was punishing her for wanting to go her own route in life rather than adhering to one that we already laid out for her. I explained that she knows that money has always been for education, not as a lump sum to be used however she wants. I told her that we would support whatever decision she wanted to pursue, but that doesn't mean we have to financially support it. My wife is on the same page as me, but thinks maybe we should give her a portion of the money to get her business started. NTA, starting your own business at 18 with no real training or even business classes, is a recipe for disaster. Perhaps there's a compromise to be reached here where she needs to work for X number of years with a professional photographer and learn from them. After that, if she presents you with a solid business model, complete with expenses and it's well thought out, then maybe you'd consider using your fund for her business. But just giving her that money now, straight out of high school, would be a colossal mistake because this money was intended to set her out on a great start in life, and this won't do that. NTA. I think your offer for photography and business courses is amazing. It is a flooded industry and she needs to learn how to stand out. She wants to be an adult and start a business instantly without learning the ins and outs of running a business. She may be about to find out how tough it really is. It is your money and you decide how it's to be spent. NTA, I own a business, and my advice to her would be to get a business degree, even an associate's. Or you might also be willing to pay for her for a certificate or general business training. I'd love to be able to do that. Either way, NTA. Realistically, very few people will have a photography business that supports them entirely. So personally, I'd keep that money aside for if she realizes she does need a career education. NTA, photography business? You mean the thing anybody can do with their iPhones these days? I'm 20, and most friends I know who wanted to do photography professionally in high school now do it as a hobby and to build a portfolio and have been doing it for years. They still can't convince people they know to pay for their services. There are only certain occasions when someone hires a photographer, weddings, big events, and they expect them to show up with the best equipment and to edit the photos afterward professionally. If she doesn't want to be stuck taking passport photos, her best bet is to find something else she's passionate about. Tell her that not every hobby needs to turn into a profession. Also, if she's adamant that she knows how to run a business, tell her to prepare a business plan for you. After all, it's an investment and that's how it's done. Make sure there's a competitor analysis in there as well. With any luck, she'll realize she has no idea what she's doing by the end of it. Next story. I have 4 kids from prior relationships, and my wife is gone. She has full custody of her son, but I have 2 of my kids here full time and on weekends for the other 2. My wife gave birth on Wednesday and came home from the hospital on Thursday. The kids and I have been doing our best to keep the house as quiet and relaxing for her as possible. On Friday, she asked me not to pick my youngest kids up because she feels the house is already unbearable with 3 kids and 5 is too much. I told her she knew that wasn't possible. That's not how custody agreements work. Besides, how would that make my kids feel? She said she just gave birth, so her feelings are important. I said, I'm not flaking on my kids, so we need to figure something else out. Friday, when it was time for me to pick up all the kids, my wife was napping. I didn't want to potentially wake her, so I told my oldest, he's 19, to hold the baby until I got back. When I got back with all the kids, my oldest and wife was screaming at each other. The best I can tell is that she woke up and went looking for me. My son told her where I went. She called me a thoughtless prick. My son called her a hateful witch. And then they started screaming at each other. I got the kids to all go outside for a bit while I talked to my wife. She said I was an unbelievably selfish a-hole that couldn't even give her a break for one weekend. She said none of this would have happened if I hadn't insisted on picking up my younger kids. She said she wanted my oldest to leave, but I said that wasn't an option. She locked herself in our room. I get that childbirth is harder than I'll ever know, and she's exhausted. But I don't feel what she asked for is something I can give. Was I an a-hole for insisting on getting my kids? NTA, they are all your kids, and you can't play favorites. If she was having that much of an issue, she should have left for the weekend, preferably to a relative's house. But if there was no other option, a hotel. I get it. I have had kids. She is tired and bleeding, but the other kids can't be left to feel that they're being replaced by the new baby. It's not like you were refusing to help her. Oof, I'm going to come out and be the odd one out and say, ESH. Here's why. You are NTA for abiding your custody arrangements and not trying to flake at short notice. It's absolutely unreasonable to bail on your kids like that with only a short amount of time to give notice. You are the a-hole, as is your partner for not making plans in advance to give birth to provide an atmosphere as relaxing and most conducive to recovering during a traumatic and exhausting period. I think you should have had all your other kids at alternative arrangements, if possible, for a week or so while you settled in, got into a routine, and your wife recovered. The time to do that was about 3 to 6 months prior to giving birth. Let the other kids know why and plan for the time they'll all get to meet their new sibling. Frankly, I understand your partner to a point. I can't think of anything worse than having a house that crowded when I'm trying to recover and settle into the newborn routine. I'm astonished that this didn't occur to either of you prior to literally a day or so before the kids were due home. Next story. I've been in a relationship with my fiance for 7 years. We broke up several times, but we always found a way back to each other. We've been through hell and back, and we're more in love now than ever. My brother Joey has been with this girl, Lana, for 5 years, and they have 2 kids together. She got pregnant with their first kid only a few months into their casual relationship, and they got serious after that. My family and I tolerate her for the kids. She's kind of loud, competitive, and self centered, and she copies me all the time because she's jealous, I guess. Last October, my fiance finally proposed to me, and a couple of months later, to everybody's surprise, Joey proposed to Lana. He always said that he didn't want to marry her, so this totally came out of left field. Lana claimed that they agreed to get married for tax reasons and they were in love too, but I call BS. She couldn't stand that I was getting married first, so she forced my brother to propose. Next, she set their wedding date to 1 month after mine to one up me because that's how she is. I thought that was not fair to our guests because some of them live out of town and they can't afford to fly here twice in 1 month for 2 weddings. My mom agreed with me, and we went over to Joey's house to talk them into pushing their wedding date out further. Joey and Lana got very defensive. Lana said that she always dreamed of a summer wedding and she had the perfect dress for it, which was bright white, and my mom made an unnecessary comment about how she shouldn't be wearing a white dress. It only pissed off my brother more, and he screamed at us. I tried to get them to understand that they already have a wonderful family life, a house, kids, everything, and I haven't gotten to start that life with my fiance. So the least they could do is let me have my dream wedding in peace without her trying to compete with me. Joey called my relationship a sham and kicked me and my mom out of his house. Joey and Lana aren't talking to us. They uninvited us to their daughter's birthday party next weekend. I just want us all to live in peace with each other, without any competitiveness or ill feelings. I will apologize if I'm wrong. Reddit, AITA, YTA, and honestly, so is your mom. I tried to get them to understand that they already have a wonderful family life, a house, kids, everything, and I haven't gotten to start that life with my fiance. Sounds to me like you're the jealous one, and also just as competitive as your making sister in law sound. YTA, your mom's an a hole too. Does she really think after 7 years you're a virgin? Your brother and his fiance are not a-holes in this situation. Stay tuned for more stories from our girl